Hi, hello. Welcome to the 10th class master class of most important question, and this content is provided by self-study. So let's get into the topic right now. And first session we cover chemistry. Chemistry. And first from the topic of chemical reactions and equations, right? Okay, here first main important concept. What is the main important concept here is that displacement reaction. You must remember this displacement reaction. Iron plus copper sulfate gives rise to iron sulfate plus copper. Because iron displaces copper from copper sulfate, iron is more reactive than copper, so that it displaces copper from copper sulfate. Okay. Next important topic in this lesson is redox reaction. What is the definition of redox reaction? First of all, redox reaction is that red ox. You split like this. Red means reduction. Ox means oxidation. In a given substance, both reduction and oxidation takes place simultaneously. It is known as redox reaction. Okay. Oxidation is loss. Oxidation is loss of electrons loss. Reduction is gain. Oxidation is loss of ions gain. Reduction is gain. Okay. Next, balancing equation. One of the most important from this topic is balancing concept. From this one MCQ is confirmed from this balancing equation. We want to balance MCQs. Why we want to balance means to satisfy the law of conservation of mass. Means atoms on LHS is equals to the atoms on RHS. To satisfy this one, we need to balance the equation, right? Okay. Next, from acid, bases and salts, it is the second lesson of chemistry. Acid, bases and salts, most important is the pH. Now, three topics which are important in this lesson is that the pH scale, right? First one is that the pH scale. You want to remember this. If pH equals to 7, it is neutral. If pH is greater than 7, it is basic. It is equals to 7 is neutral. If pH is less than 7, it is acidic, right? Okay. Next, here pH is 3. What does it mean? It is strongly acidic. Okay. If pH scale is 0 to 6, it is acidic. 7 is neutral, and 8 to 14 is basic. Lower number means stronger acid. You must remember this. If low number is this means strong acid. Okay. Next, water softening. Generally, water is available in form of water in oceans and seas are available in hard water. This water is called hard water because it contains a calcium CaCl2 and MgCl2, magnesium chloride, CaCl2 and MgCl2, and calcium content and magnesium ion. So that this water is known as hard water. We can't use this hard water directly, so it wants to change to soft water to use. If we want to use water, it should be in softness in nature. So here Na2CO3.10H2O, which is generally known as Na2CO3.10H2O is known as means washing soda. Here washing soda removes the hardness of water by precipitating calcium and magnesium ions which are present in the hard water, right? Make it soft in nature and make it usable for us. Okay. Next, metals and non-metals. An important concept in chemistry. Very good. Next, in these three important topics, In these three important topics is that reactivity of metals, reactive metals. We need to know here first basic concept from this lesson is that reactivity of metals. The metals are arranged in metal activity series. What is metal activity? Metal activity series. Metal activity series is decreasing order of reactivity of metals is known as metal activity series. In this series, metals are arranged on their reactivity series in decreasing order. Example: potassium, sodium, calcium, so on. As you know about metal activity series and these all things, here potassium is more reactive than sodium, sodium is more reactive than calcium, like that. Okay, right? Here potassium, sodium here is stored in kerosene, right? Here sodium is stored in kerosene. Why? Because if sodium is generally more reactive metal, if it contact with air, it will react with moisture and catches fire, right? Reacts vigorously with moisture and catches fire. Next topic in this lesson is that galvanization, right? Galvanization. MCQ expected from this galvanization concept. MCQ expected means it assume that this is a piece of iron. In galvanization process, iron is coated with a zinc layer, and because it is coated because of protect against rusting. To protect from rusting, it is coated with a zinc layer. Okay. Alloy formation. What is mean by alloy formation? Means if we combine a metal with another metal, it will become stronger than pure metal. It is stronger than pure metal, right? Example: if we combine iron with copper, it will become stronger than pure iron, right? It will become steel which is stronger and more advantage than pure iron, right? Okay. Carbon and its compounds, one of the most important and interesting topic in chemistry. Carbon and its compounds. Two important concepts from this lesson are alkanes. You just focus on these two. So you can score maximum. Alkanes. Generally alkanes. Molecular formula. Alkanes molecular formula is CnH2n and -2, right? Okay. First member is ethane, right? Eth means 2, meth means 1. Okay. Generally alkanes have a triple bond, which will requires 2 carbon atoms. In alkanes, minimum 2 carbon atoms it requires, and it has 1 triple bond between the carbon atoms. And methane does not exist because methane means 1 carbon atom. We cannot form a alkane with 1 carbon atom. Alkane require at least 2 carbon atoms to make bond. Just remember, ethane C2H2 formula we can represent like this. Okay, next, esterification reaction, most repeated in many years and most important topic. 1 5 mark or question or MCQ we can expect from this. Okay, acid plus alcohol gives ratio ester plus water. Acid plus alcohol gives ratio ester plus water in presence of H2SO4. In presence of H2SO4, you should remember this. Okay. What are the physical properties of esters? Esters have a fruity smell. Generally, esters have fruity smell. And this esterification reaction is opposite of a saponification reaction. You just remember this. Opposite reaction is called saponification. This esterification and saponification are opposite to one another. Okay. Next. We entered biology. which is weighted maximum marks of 30 marks in CBSE mostly, and life process. First chapter in biology is that life process. Okay, life process is going to give a maximum number of marks among all other chapters in biology, and here main important topic is that three are there. First one is they can be come as MCQ, right? Blood clotting. Generally, platelets act as a repair crew at injury sites, plugging leaks in blood vessels. Platelets can help in a clotting of blood, right? We can help in clotting of blood. Platelets it reduce the loss of blood and it clots the blood when in the injury time. Okay. Next, 10th question. About cellular respiration. Pyruvate breakdown occurs in mitochondria. Do you know that the powerhouse of the cell is mitochondria, and more maximum ATP energy. ATP means adenosine triphosphate. You just remember this, adenosine triphosphate. Maximum ATP energy is generated produced from mitochondria. Pyruvate breaks down in mitochondria. And kidney function. What is the function of kidney? Kidney generally removes dirty material from our body and removes excess water, and also filters blood and forms urine through ultrafiltration process. Nephron is here functional unit. What is the functional unit of kidney? Most important. What is the functional unit of kidney? Nephron is generally known as functional unit of kidney. Okay. Next, control and coordination. Second chapter in biology, control and coordination. One of the most important and easiest chapter. And here, cerebellum, which maintains the posture and balance. Help us to walk along a straight line and ride bicycles and simple mechanical actions like that. Okay. Next, synapse. Most important concept, right? Okay. Next, synapse. Synapse means, what is mean by synapse? You see here, one neuron is there. It is just and another neuron is there, and this neuron dendrite part. And this neuron nerve ending. Okay. Here between the dendrite and of one neuron and nerve ending of another neuron, there is some of the gap which needs to transmit the signals from here to here. So this gap is known as the synapse. Gap between the neurons. It is chemical messengers, neurotransmitter, transmit signals. Okay. Ethylene. Remember, one MCQ. Pakka. One MCQ. Pakka. From this. Ethylene. It is a gaseous plant hormone, helps to fruit ripening, right? Example is that banana. When we get the banana there and we will spray some of the chemical, right? That is called ethylene. It is used for ripening of banana and releases gas, helps to ripen others. Okay, next. Reproduction and heredity. More important topics only from biology part. And from asexual reproduction, Hydra reproduce by budding, right? Hydra, general diagram of Hydra. Hydra is a Hydra body side, one bud grows there, and it grows and then finally detaches and grows into a new individual and then grow. Okay, as individual. Next, flower part. What are the flower? Flower parts contains male parts as well as female parts. Generally, carpel belongs to female part and it contains stigma, style, ovary with ovules. Okay. Male part contains endofilament as well as you know that. And it's Mendel's experiment. This is 14th question. Mendel's experiment, not a question, 14th most important topic as we discussed now. Okay. Mendel's experiments, most remember, Mendel has described 3 experiments, right? Law of inheritance, law of segment, law of independent assortment. We just recall that 3 laws of Mendel, and Mendel uses garden pea plants for this experiment. Why? Mendel uses garden pea plants means pea plants generally have a distinct trait, means various variations which are required for different experiments and for easy cultivation, and pea plant is also grown in any time of the year. Okay. Next, this question is most important. Physum sativum. Pea plant scientific name is Physum sativum. Most important question for 2 marks, and 2 marks means this one only not given for 2 marks with this additional question, and this one is for 2 marks. Pea plant's scientific name is Physum sativum. And 6th determination, one of the important as well as mostly repeated question in all the examinations of grade 10. 6th determination, who determines the sex of a child? Generally, father determines the sex of a child because father contains 2 gametes, X and Y. Mother only contains X chromosomes, X sex chromosomes. Father contains 2 sex chromosomes, X and Y. Generally, mother releases always X. If father releases another more X, it is baby girl. No, 1 minute. It is baby girl. If mother releases X and father releases Y, it is baby boy. Right. Okay. Here another question arises that which is perfect pair and which is imperfect pair. Generally, mother having perfect pair of sex chromosomes, father having imperfect pair of sex chromosomes. Okay. Next thing. Human, we entered to physics. आ गया, मजा आ गया concept पर. Okay. Light and human eye. From light and human eye, light is containing more numericals and more concept based, but if you understand the concept, it is easy. Okay. Next, human eye. Human eye is a simple one, and we need to focus more. Okay. Next, question number 16. Lens power. See, 1 MCQ must be on a lens. It is a rule that MCQ must be on a rule in question paper from physics part. Lens part, one question. Lens power. Okay. Power. If power is minus QD, then what is the focal length? Here minus sign which indicates it is a concave lens. Right. Concave lens means it is a diverging lens. If power is minus 2D, if power, here power is minus 2D, focal length is minus 50 centimeters. From this formula, D is equal to 1 by F. If we want in centimeters, 100 by F. Oh, next, 16, 7, myopia. Myopia means, myopia is also known as short-sightedness. Hi, next here myopia, we enter right, myopia means myopia it is a tip, right, tip. Pia. Okay. My means near me. I can see near me, but I cannot see distant objects clearly. You just remember like this. Next, dispersion. White light pass through a prism. It disperses into different colors, right? Different 7 colors. This is known as dispersion of light. And here dispersion occurs in the colors of violet, indigo blue, green, yellow, orange, red. You simply remember as with your colors and violet bends most. Here violet bends most, then red. You can see as here. Okay. Next question. Sorry. Topic number 19. Convex lens. Convex lens. This convex lens placed like this. If we place at the infinity, if object is placed at infinity, image is formed at f, focal length, and this image is highly diminished and real inverted and point size image, as you know. Okay, next, electricity and magnetism, most numerical based concept and theory based concept, as well as the two important hand rules. Okay. Next, from electricity, here resistance in series. Generally, in series, the resistance is more than compared with the in parallel. Because, example here, the three resistance is there. 2 ohm, 3 ohm, 5 ohm. In series, we need to add all the individual resistance and we get 10 ohm. In parallel, we have one formula that 1 by f is equal to 1 by f1 plus 1 by f2 plus 1 by r. Sorry, 1 by r is equal to 1 by r1 plus 1 by r2 plus 1 by r3. We have that formula, right? So, we can make that formula and we can find the resistance in a parallel. Okay, in series resistance is more. In parallel, resistance is less. Okay. Electric power. What is the formula of electric power? What is the formula of electric power? Volt is equals to voltage into current flowing through it. This is the formula of electric power. Okay. Next, here one caution is that don't confuse with electric energy, which is joule. Okay. Next, topic number 22. Ohm's law. Okay. Ohm's law is that you have one statement, right? You must remember that statement. The potential difference passing through the ends of the electrical conducting wire is directly proportional to current flowing through it. Most important. So from that statement we write that potential difference is directly proportional to the current flowing through it. And if to remove this proportionality, we keep that V is equal to IR. Simple. Okay. For current double, directly proportional relationship applies here to voltage. Okay. Next, magnetic field. What is a magnetic field? Straight solenoid has a okay. Here most important one is that inside a solenoid is there like this. Inside solenoid, uniform magnetic field. Generally, uniform magnetic field are represented along these lines like this. If this is there, it is known as uniform magnetic line, right? Uniform magnetic line. Next, 24th topic is the refractive index. One of the most important topic of light chapter. Refractive index. Here we need to recall this. Refractive index is inversely proportional to the speed of the light. Okay, in speed. If refractive index is more, speed is less, right? See, here diamond refractive index is more than the air, so that light travels much slower in a diamond than air. Okay, just remember this one. This is most important. You can answer anything based on this. Hand rule, right hand thumb rule. There have two hand rules, right hand thumb rule and Fleming's left hand rule, and one of the most important among the two is right hand thumb rule and most easiest one. And in this rule that finds magnetic field direction around current carrying solenoid, right? We can find a conductor. See, magnetic field around a current carrying conductor, we can find magnetic field direction. This is known as right hand thumb rule, and we can also find the motion and current and this magnetic field through left hand also. Both are easy. And most important thing, these 25 topics are most important for your exams, and I hope you all understand today's session and feel better among today's session, and this content was really a bit satisfying for your preparation. I hope like that. Okay, this content provided by self-study. So if you feel better, please subscribe my channel and turn on that notification. If I upload any new video, it will come to you, and you can easily listen to my classes anytime. No problem. Okay. Thank you.